Hi everyone! This week's case study was about Rachel Carson, the scientist and author of Silent Spring, the famous book detailing the horrific effects of DDT on the environment. This chapter is from the same book as the climate change case study, Scientists as Prophets by Linda Walsh. Rachel Carson is an interesting figure in this book because her case is kind of given as an example of successful scientific communication. Carson participated in television debates with pesticide chemists and testified at congressional hearings, which were convened to decide what to do about the pesticides. And by all accounts, she was successful. After the hearings, regulations regarding DDT were created, in part because of Carson's work. Because the readings did such a detailed job describing Carson's efforts, I won't say too much about them here. We'll just go directly to the questions. So question 1, what strategies did Rachel Carson use in communicating about the environment? There's a lot of different things you could say here, but there are 3 big strategies I want to highlight from the text. First, Carson begins writing at what Walsh calls a kairotic moment, and what Captain Jack Sparrow might call the opportune moment. Kairotic moment comes from kairos, which is just a fancy Greek word meaning good, opportune time. So when Walsh says that Carson is writing at a kairotic moment, she just means that Carson is writing at the right time to make an impact. The public was already sort of on edge about environmental disasters, in part because of other incidents with pesticides that had been in the news around that time, and in part because of other incidents in the news regarding nuclear testing and radiation poisoning. So people were really sort of on edge about the environment already. So this is the moment that Carson is writing and speaking in, and boy does she use that to her advantage. The second big strategy she uses is to write and speak about the effects of pesticides in such a way as to evoke this sort of bleak dystopian future. She uses images of rivers full of dead fish, pictures of dead birds, video of industrial processes that look gross and poisonous, chemical plants spouting black smoke, and planes flying over fields, shooting out clouds of poisonous-looking pesticides. These images are very powerful and persuasive to the public reading her writings and watching her speak. The third strategy I want to discuss also has to do with imagery. In her book and her other media appearances, she uses several images suggesting she kind of acts as the public's eyes, kind of showing them things that they might not otherwise see. So there are images of her in a lab looking through a microscope, and images of her in the field looking through binoculars or maybe a telescope. These images again suggest Carson is a type of expert that can literally see things that other people can't. Perhaps that the pesticide industries want to hide from the public. Question 2. Why does Linda Walsh say these strategies were successful? Walsh says that Carson is successful in part because she uses mass media to try to reach the public, who then put pressure on policymakers to actually do something. In reaching out, she managed to avoid appearing like part of the scientific establishment, even though she had a master's degree and years of experience in fieldwork. Because she didn't have the same kind of authority or resources as other scientists, she again managed to avoid appearing like part of the scientific establishment, which could have been used against her. All right, that's it for now. See you later.